Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture on C programming. Hope you are well. So in today's topic, we will talk about patterns. Okay, patterns are very important to understand loop control. Also, if someone is prepared for interview, then pattern is very important guys for interview purpose also. So in the last video, we have learned about a rectangular pattern, or you can say that a square pattern. If the number of rows and number of columns are equal, that is a square pattern. If number of rows and number of columns are different, that is a rectangular pattern. So just see a different kind of pattern problem and how can you write programs and think logic that for that kind of patterns. Okay guys, so I'm gonna first open VS Code. So here you can see that this is your VS Code. Okay, and this is a workspace for C program. If you don't know how to create a workspace in VS Code, then you can watch our previous video. So here I'm just create a new file name as pattern.c. Okay, so here in the last video you have learned about one kind of pattern guys. Okay, so now I'm just gonna again write the last pattern what you have learned in the last video. Okay, so here there are, sorry, I think it was not copied. So here you can see that this is a basically a square pattern. Okay, this is not consider these things in a pattern. This is basically a, okay, you know, understand comment. Okay, so we basically use for multi-line comments. Okay, so here this star 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 is the given square pattern. This is a one kind of pattern program you have already learned in the last video. Okay, so in this video basically we will talk first how can you print a different kind of values inside a rectangular pattern using a for loop. Okay, so here I'm just gonna write as different program as 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so you have to print 1 2 3 4 5 in this way. Okay, so there are 5 rows and 5 columns. Okay, so understand this problem. So what basically your first for loop will tell. So first for loop will tell you about, so I'm just here gonna write some logic. Okay, and I'm just writing the logic, not the program guys. Okay, so here, so the first for loop basically tells you about the total number of rows. That means this for loop controls rows. Okay, so here how many rows are there? There are 5 rows. Okay, so I'm gonna write, okay, another for loop for column. So here how many columns? You can see that there are 5 columns guys. 1 2 3 4 and 5. There are 5 columns. Okay, so you have written a program to control 5 rows and 5 column pattern, a square pattern. So this is the basic structure of a pattern, of a rectangular pattern. Now we have to print a value here. Okay, so if you write here star, that means that will print star star star. Okay, so I'm just gonna repeat this whole iteration again if you have any problem. So here this for loop will start, and first step is initialization. The value of 1 initialize inside a variable 1, sorry, I, and now it will check the condition I less than is equal to 5. If the condition is true, that means it will enter inside the loop. Here inside the loop there is a statement also, and that statement is a looping statement. So here now again in this loop it will initialize a value int j is equal to 1. That means value 1 inside a variable j. Now after that it will check the condition. So the condition is j less than is equal to 5, that is it is true. So it will print the sorry so it will go inside the for loop. Why? Because the condition is true, guys, and here it will execute this printf statement how many times, guys? So it basically depend on this for loop. Okay, so here you can see that j is less than is equal to 5, that means 5 times. Okay, so this loop will run 5 times and this statement will execute 5 times, and after that here I'm just gonna write another statement. Why? Because you want to enter in a next row. So when this for loop will run for the first time, your first row is completed. Why? It will print the all the data inside this row. Okay, after that you will enter in the next row. So you have to separate every and each row by a backslash and operator inside a print statement. Okay, and now you can understand when this statement will execute it. After that I value will increases as I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, and it will check the condition I less than is equal to 5. It will check the condition I less than is equal to 5 and new value of I is 2, and now again condition is true and it will go inside this statement. Okay, and here again this for loop will run and it will run 5 times. Why? Because the first value is initialization, that is j is equal to 1, and after that it will check the condition and condition is true and this statement will execute it, and here the value of j is increases by 1 every time it will check the condition, guys. Now so this is the flow structure of this two for loop. Now if you want to print a pattern, then what will we do? We have already written in our previous program. We just write here a star and give a space, and that will print a pattern star 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 5 by 5, okay, of a square matrix. So this kind of pattern we basically print. So here what you have to print? You have to print the value. Okay, just relate these value. What are these values, guys? So here in the first row the value is changing. Also in the last video we have discussed that how can you print 1 1 1 2 2 2. That is also you have already done. Okay, you have already done that program. So there is no any variable. Why? Because the value is same, the value is 1. But here you can see that in the first row the value is increases by 1 1 2 3 4 5, and also same for the second row. So here you can see that for each column, that is for each iteration of this for loop, okay, the value is increases by 1. That means this is a variable, guys. So you have to print a variable. You have to print a variable, the value of that variable, and that will iterate 5 times. Okay, and for each number of rows. Okay, so here you can see that if the value of I is equal to 1, that value will print as it. If the value of I is equal to 2, that value will print as it. Okay, so now you can understand what is the value you want to print. So here also you can see that this for loop j will run 5 times. Okay, this for loop will run 5 times. That means the value of j, okay, So you can relate that this is nothing but this is a value of j. Here inside inner for loop will run 5 times. That means inner value was of j was initial value was 1, then 2, then 3, then 5. Every time the second loop will run from 1. So what you have to print here, guys? Just print a value, okay, %d, give space because the pattern is same, and here just value is changed. I'm gonna print j. That is a program of this pattern, guys. Okay, so try this program by your own. Okay, I'm just gonna run this program, okay, for you. Just write, then after main function, okay, and here return 0. Okay, so now your program is complete. Now you can run this program. I'm just gonna save this and run this. So here you can see that the value is 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this is your pattern. Okay, also you can see that if you will print here I plus j minus 1, then you will get a different kind of values with pattern. Okay, so different kind of pattern you will get, and that pattern is basically a rectangular pattern because this condition will actually control the shape of the pattern. If it is a rectangular, if it is a square, if it is a pyramid, if it is a hollow rectangle, that basically controlled by the condition. Okay, but the pattern basically, the value of the pattern will basically change by this printf statement. Okay, so what value basically you want to print, that basically controlled by this printf statement. Okay guys, now you have learned one kind of pattern problem. Now I'm just gonna write, okay, and if you will print here I plus j minus 1, then you will get different kind of values. Okay, so you can write the program by your own, okay, and see the result. Okay, and from now I'm just gonna tell you about different kind of shape of pattern, okay, and try with your own and print different kind of value. Okay, because value is basically controlled by this statement, this printf statement. Okay, but the shape basically controlled by this conditional statement. Okay, so here I'm just gonna write another pattern, the pattern number 2. Okay, this is a one kind of pattern, the rectangular pattern is okay. So here pattern 2. So here the another kind of pattern is a rectangular, that is a whole rectangular. Okay, so here, okay, 5. Okay, here this kind of pattern. You can understand. Okay, so this is another kind of pattern problem, guys, the pattern number 2. So here in this problem you can see that it is a hollow square, or you can say that a rectangular if the number of row or column is different. So here I'm just gonna write 3 3 6. Okay, there are 6 column and 3 to 5. Okay, so there are 5 rows. Okay, so here this is a rectangular pattern. Okay, now to understand this pattern, so this is a another kind of pattern. Okay, so here is a your pattern problem. Now the thing is that how can you approach any pattern problem? Okay, so first thing is that just focus on how many number of rows, how many number of column, and after that think what value will basically print inside that pattern and also see the relation. Okay, see the relation. What value is constant and what value it changes. So here in this pattern, what will print in the first row? So here you can see that in the first row, the value will print as a star star star. That is, there is no any space or any gap. Okay, all the star will print as it we have discussed in our earlier problem. Okay, now see that after that you can see in these three rows the value will print in the first column and in the last column, and other than this column here there is a space, there is a gap. Same way for this column, sorry, row, and same way for this row, and here same way the last row is print as it as a first row. That is a problem, guys. Okay, so if you can see any relation between these and these two, then you can understand this. Okay, so what will we print? So here I'm just gonna print the value star. Okay, that is this, guys. Okay, but if we'll print here that value star only, that will print total number of column and total number of rows. That means a rectangular, a general rectangular pattern. Why? Because this condition control the shape of a rectangular or square pattern. So here this pattern is a rectangular pattern, so this condition is true. Okay, so this kind of condition basically used for rectangular pattern. And now just count first how many columns you want to write or how many rows. So here there are 5 rows. That means this condition is true. And after that you want to know number of columns. So here there are 6 columns, guys. So for 6 columns we have to write 6 here. Okay, and now the main thing has started. Now just understand here what is the value of I. The value of I is 1 here, and here value of I is equal to 2. Okay, and what is the value of j here? Here you can see that the value of j is equal to 1, and for star, guys, not for space. If the value of j, okay, and here what is the value of j? That is basically 6. Okay, and this is same, this part is same for this, same for this, that is this row, and here the value of I is equal to 3, and here the value of I is equal to 4. Okay, now why I written here this kind of things, that is I is equal to 1, j is equal to 1. So first understand and relate the things. Here practice and understand that your I value basically represent your row, that is number of rows, and your j value, okay, your j value basically represent the number of column. Why? Because I have used this variable I inside a first for loop, and that first for loop basically determine the total number of rows, and second for loop determine the total number of column. So now, guys, so now understand what kind of value you want to print, and here what is the value of I? The value of I is equal to 5. Okay, so now you want to print this pattern. Now understand where you have to print. Okay, now you have a, you can see that the value of I is equal to 1 here. Okay, what is the relation for each row? So for first row all the values should be filled with star. Okay, there is no any space in the first row. Okay, so you have to print this whole star if the value of I is equal to 1, and here if I is equal to 2, there is any relation, guys, if I is equal to 2 here? No. Why? because for I is equal to 3 this is same, I is equal to 4 this is same. So here you can see that this value is not constant. So what I'm going to just delete this. Okay, so you have to follow which value is same. Okay, and that condition basically apply for those values. Okay, and now here you can see that if I is equal to 5, that means what? That means the whole row will fill with a star. Okay, that is for I is equal to 5. But for rest of this, this value is same. That is j is equal to 1 and j is equal to 6. So what you gonna print? Okay. Now, so before understanding this problem, I'm gonna just write a new thing, that is an operator. Okay, so you have already familiar with some relational operator, but now this time I'm just gonna introduce a new operator. Okay, that is OR operator. Okay, so this is basically, guys, okay, here this is OR operator. Okay, so what is an OR operator? So it is an logical operator, guys. Okay, so it is a logical operator. So what is the meaning of that? Already you have understand about AND operator. Okay, so this is a logical OR, and logical OR means if two values, okay, if two values is 0 0, then it will give you 0. Okay, if two values are 1 1, it will give you 1. If at least one value is 1, that means 1 0, it will give you 1. Okay, and 0 1, it will give you 1. So here at least 1, the condition is at least 1. So here also you can see that at least 1 1 1. Okay, so if at least we have 1, then it will give you 1. So logical OR operator, what is the meaning of that? So here if suppose the binary value is 0 and another value is 1, so 1 XOR 0, okay, that will give you 1. So you have at least 1. So it is equivalent to plus statement. Okay, you will understand these things in operator chapter also, and also you have, okay, so this behaves as a plus operator. So when you add 1 plus 0, this will give you 1. When you add 0 plus 1, this will also give you 1. So if you have at least 1, that means the condition is true. Okay, so how basically this works? So if you have an operand like A, and you just write here A or B. Okay, so if A statement and another statement is B, so if this statement is true, that means 1, and another statement is also true, that means 1. That means 1 or 1. This means it will give you 1. This condition is true. Okay, same way we have different OR operators. Okay, so here if the first statement is true, that is 1, so we will not check for the remaining statement. Okay, we will not check for the remaining statement. That is the fact, guys. Okay, don't worry about that, I'm good. Okay, so here you can see if the first statement is true, that means what? That means here you have at least 1. If the value is at least 1, that means it will give every time 1. So it is behave as a plus. So 1, when you add 0 with 1, it will give you 1. When you add 1 with 0, it will give you 1. When you have 1 with 1, it will give you 1 in binary. Okay, so here OR operator works in this way. So if the first statement is true, we will not check for the further statement. That is basically OR operator works. Okay, now we will implement this OR operator in this program. Also we will learn this OR operator in detail in operator chapter. Don't worry about that. Okay, so now just understand how basically OR operator works. Okay, now let's come to our problem again. So here I is equal to 1. So for first row, this will print whole rows, this for second row, third row, and so you can see the relation. So I'm just gonna write a condition that if the value of I is equal to 1, that means this will print this star, and if the value of I is equal to 5, that means this star. So that is very important. So here, suppose you're gonna write here if I is equal to 1, that means if the value of I is equal to 1, that means it will print a star in this way. Otherwise, it will print in the else part what? Just print space. But here you can see that this is not basically our program. So we have to improve this. Why? So here in this problem, what value basically it will print? It will print only the first row. Okay, that is star star star, but it will not print the second row, because here I am giving a condition that I is equal to 1 for the first row. So what we want to print? We want to print next values also. Okay, so here I'm just gonna write another condition. If the value, okay, if the value that is equal to the last row, that is I is equal to 5. Okay, I is equal to 5, guys. So here you can see that if I'm just gonna write add the next pattern, I is equal to 5. Okay, so or operator, what is the meaning of that? Meaning of that is, if this statement is true, that means it will not check this statement, and if this statement is false, that is it will check the next statement. Okay, that is the meaning of this OR operator, nothing else. Okay, so here if I is equal to 5, that means it will print this star. That means what? It will print the first row and the last row. But what about, guys, these rows? So we have to print a star value also, but you can see that this is common in the first row. So here I am just solving a first column. So here I'm just gonna print. So here I'm just gonna print a first column. Okay, so in these rows. Okay, so why? Because here you can see that for j is equal to 1, it will print the first column only, and the last column j is equal to 6. Okay, so I'm just again write a condition. Okay, that is j is equal to 1. If j is equal to 1, that means it will only print this part, guys. Okay, why this part? Why this not? Because for every row, one j is equal to 1 appears only one time. For if you're talking about this row, okay. So if we talk about this row, so for this single row, when how many times j will come? J will come, j is equal to 1 will come for only one time, first time, and also j is equal to 6 will come only one time. So here I'm just gonna write another condition, j is equal to 6. Now think and understand. So here if I is equal to 1, that means the first condition is true, and it will print a star as it, and it will print the first row. Okay, and again if that condition is false, when this condition will false? When I is equal to 5, guys. Okay, but here if I is equal to 2, that means this condition is already false. I is equal to 5 will not true. That means it will execute. Okay, so it will check for the next condition. Here I is equal to 2, that is false. Okay, so here it will check I is equal to 1, so that is false. Why? Because the new value of I is equal to 2, and it will also false because here I is value is not 5, it is 2. Then it will go for this statement. Okay, so when this for loop will run for first time, so it will check j is equal to 1, that is condition is true, so it will print the value star, and again the loop will runs, and the value of j will increase as j is equal j plus plus. Okay, that means j is equal to j plus 1. The new value of j is equal to 2, and it will check again the condition, and here this condition is false because I is equal to 1, that is false. Yes, I is equal to 5, that is also false because here this is a second row, and j is equal to 1, this is also false, guys. Why? Because the here new value of j is equal to 2 and j is equal to 6, this is also false. All the condition is false, that means this statement will not execute it. So what will execute it? That means in the else part, this printf statement will execute it. That is the thing, guys. Okay, and it will print a space here. So here a space will print as it, and after that it will print a star when j is equal to 6. Okay, and again when the fifth row will come, it will print the whole pattern. Okay, in this way. Now I'm just gonna save this C program and run this. Okay, you can see that it will print as it in this way, guys. Why this is basically not print the value properly, so I'm just gonna fix it. So why this basically comes, so now you can see that if we will put an extra space here. Okay, why? Just understand, because every time when a star appears, it will appear with a space. Okay, and when we only print a single space, that basically replace a star. Okay, guys, that will only replace a star, not for the space. So what we have to do, for one star we have to write a single space, and for the space we have to also write a space, guys. So I'm just gonna save this and run this C program. So now this is your holo pattern. Okay, and in the next lecture we will discuss a new topic, and also in every day I will tell you a single pattern. Okay, so I'm not gonna make different videos only on patterns. Okay, so in the next lecture I will tell you about a break and continue statement, and after that I will tell you about one pattern. Okay, so in each day for upcoming 5 days I will tell you about one pattern, one type of pattern, and also that our whole syllabus will continue. Okay, and thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video on C programming, then please do subscribe the channel, and also if you think this video is very helpful, then you can share it with your friends. Okay, so that basically that really helpful to them also. Okay, so thank you. This is Atul Kumar signing off, and stay home and stay safe.